One night, I went to the local movie theater. There was a new movie out, a new horror movie to be exact. I absolutely love the horror genre, everything from movies to stories to books and comics. I watched and read everything, slasher movies, gore movies, mystery thrillers, you name it. This particular movie seemed to be a bit different from the rest, because I couldn't find any reviews on the internet. It was called The Untitled, and the only place it seemed to be playing was in my local movie theater. The poster looked amazing. I had to see this movie. This is going to be awesome, I said to myself. I paid the counter and the usher handed me the ticket. I got my usual snacks. Medium-sized popcorn with extra butter, 2 small bags of M&Ms, and an extra large Coca-Cola. Carrying all the food and drinks, I made my way to section 21 and plopped myself down on the red seat. As I looked around me, I realized that there was nobody else in the theater. I was the only one there, just me. The movie instantly started. No previews or sponsors whatsoever. I simply shrugged it off, took a handful of buttery popcorn and shoved it into my mouth. The movie screen lit up, and it showed a baby girl lying in her crib. Throughout the movie it showed the girl growing up, going to school, graduating, etc. But it never showed her face. I smiled. It reminded me of my own life. The girl was now a teenager, and it showed her going to the cinema. She was wearing a flannel shirt, blue skinny jeans, and black flat shoes. I couldn't believe it. I was dressed in exactly the same clothes. Again, I just let it slide, but I was a bit bored. I thought there was a horror movie, but nothing scary had happened yet. The girl walked out of the theater, and suddenly she was accosted by 3 men in black masks. I almost jumped out of my seat. They grabbed her, and she was thrown into a burlap sack. The girl kicked and protested, but it was no use. The men picked her up and threw her into the boot of their car. Within minutes, the scene changed to an old abandoned room with torture tools lining the walls. The men tied her to a chair, then took the burlap sack off her head. The camera panned around to show the girl's face. She was screaming and crying uncontrollably. I stared at the girl for a few seconds and burst into tears, my face covered with my hands. The screen immediately faded to black, and a message appeared in bold white letters. It read, "We don't want to spoil the ending." I was now trembling and crying hysterically. I felt so weak. I couldn't get out of my seat. The girl on the movie screen was me.